Sana Yousaf was only 17 years old, a young TikTok influencer whose smile, confidence, and innocent personality had earned her thousands of followers across Pakistan. Born in Upper Chitral and living in Islamabad G13/1, she represented the new generation of digital youth, a girl trying to build her own identity, her own dreams, and a life beyond the limits society often puts on young women. Her videos were simple lip syncs, fashion transitions, vlogs with friends, but there was something special about her, a natural charm that made people feel connected to her. For many young girls watching her, Sana had become a symbol of confidence. For her family, she was a loving daughter. For her fans, she was a rising star. But for one man, she became an obsession. The days before the murder and the weeks leading up to her death, Sana had started mentioning to close friends that a man had been persistently messaging her, calling her, and forcing contact she never wanted. She blocked him multiple times, but he kept finding new ways to reach her. Sana avoided confrontation. She didn't want to create drama or fear. Like many young girls facing harassment, she tried to handle it quietly, hoping it would stop. But it didn't. The night of the 2nd of June 2025, it was a normal evening in Islamabad. Sana was at her home, preparing content for her next TikTok upload. She had dinner with her family, laughed, talked about a future where she wanted to study, travel, and maybe even act one day. Nothing felt unusual. But someone was watching. Umar Hyatt, a 22-year-old man from Faisalabad, had been searching for her for days after being rejected multiple times. That night, he made his way to her neighborhood. He had a gun. He had a plan. And he had no intention of leaving without confronting her. The final moments around late evening, the sound of a loud argument was heard near Sana's home. Witnesses would later say that Sana stepped outside only because she didn't want the disturbance to wake her family. She tried to speak calmly, tried to ask him to leave. But Umar didn't want to talk. He wanted control. He wanted the answer he couldn't tolerate. No doubt in a moment driven by obsession, anger, and entitlement, he pulled out the gun. One shot, then another. Sana collapsed inside her own home, her mother rushing toward her, screaming, unable to understand what had just happened. Within minutes, Sana Yousaf, a girl with promise, talent, and dreams, was gone. The shockwave news spread instantly. Her fans couldn't believe it. Her family was destroyed. Her videos filled the internet with grief. Women across the country felt the pain of another life stolen because one man couldn't accept rejection. That night didn't just take Sana's life, it became a brutal reminder of how fragile a woman's safety can be, even inside her own home.
The news of Sana Yousaf's murder shocked the entire nation, and the police launched an immediate investigation. According to the case details, Sana was shot dead inside her home in Islamabad's G13/1 sector on the evening of June 2, 2025. Her mother filed the FIR at Sumbul police station, and the case was registered under Section 300 for intentional murder. Within hours, investigators began analyzing CCTV footage, mobile phone records, and forensic samples. The primary suspect, 22-year-old Umar Hyatt, was quickly identified through digital evidence and eyewitness accounts. In less than 24 hours, the police arrested him from Faisalabad, marking one of the fastest high-profile arrests in recent cases. Authorities later stated that the motive behind the crime was Umar's repeated attempts to contact Sana, attempts she continually rejected. During the arrest, police recovered key evidence including the murder weapon, the suspect's cell phone, and additional forensic material submitted to the lab. On June 3, 2025, a local court approved a 14-day judicial remand, allowing police time to conduct identity parades, interrogations, and finalize the forensic report. Within days, the police submitted a complete charge sheet challenge to the prosecution branch, containing witness statements, timeline reconstruction, and lab reports. Sana's murder triggered intense public outrage. Mainstream media, digital influencers, and human rights organizations condemned the killing and demanded swift justice. The case quickly became a national conversation about gender-based violence, rejection-driven crimes, and the protection of working women and online creators in Pakistan. Today, the case continues in court, with both prosecution and defense preparing their full arguments. While the investigative phase is complete and the accused is in custody, the public eagerly waits for the court's verdict. Many hope this case will not just bring justice for Sana but also set a strong precedent against the rising pattern of harassment and violence against women.
As the court proceedings began, Sana Yousaf's case turned into a powerful national symbol in the fight against gender-based violence. Her family attended every hearing, determined not to let the case slow down or fall into silence. The prosecution presented digital evidence, forensic reports, and witness statements, all reinforcing the timeline that linked Omar Hayat directly to the crime. His phone records, location data, and the recovered weapon formed the backbone of the prosecution's case. Meanwhile, public pressure continued to rise. Social media campaigns such as #JusticeForSana, #EndViolenceAgainstWomen, and #ProtectCreators spread across Pakistan, urging the courts to deliver a strong verdict. Human rights activists, women's protection groups, and lawyers stepped forward to support the family, ensuring the case remained in the spotlight. The court conducted multiple hearings, carefully reviewing each piece of evidence, while the defense attempted to challenge the investigation. Despite these efforts, the growing public demand for justice kept the case moving forward with unusual speed. As of now, the final verdict is still pending, but the expectations are clear. The nation wants accountability. Sana's story has already created a wave of awareness, inspiring discussions about online safety, harassment laws, and the urgent need for stronger protection for women in Pakistan. The fight for justice continues, and while no outcome can bring Sana back, her case has become a turning point, one that could reshape how violence against women is addressed in the country.